Alright guys and girls, today we're going to discuss the Discus. Alright, school record here at Goodson in the 8th grade boys is 143'3", I believe, 143'3", and then the 7th grade boys school record is 125'11". Now, this is a 1 kilogram disc. If you do end up going and trying to buy 1 kilogram disc is going to be the disc that you throw while you're in middle school. Once you get to high school, you're going to go up to a 1.5 kilogram disc. And then if you do make it to college, it's going to be a 2 kilogram disc. Obviously bigger, heavier. This is 1 kilogram, 2.24 pounds, something like that. The girls, you will be throwing this discus from middle school all the way through college. So you're kind of lucky that way. Now, the grip on the discus, okay? The grip on the discus, you're only going to grip the discus with the last knuckles in your finger, okay? Last knuckles in your fingers. Now, you'll notice that my index finger and my arm basically travel right down the, is that the radius? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the radius of the discus, okay? Now, the thumb can be placed, obviously it needs to be placed flat and wherever you're comfortable. All right, that's kind of a comfort thing. The rest of it, the fingers are behind the radius of the disc, which should also be in line with your arm. Now, that last knuckle is the only thing that hangs on to the discus. Now, as soon as I let go of the discus, obviously it's going to fall out. All right, the only way to keep the discus in your hand in this position, which is the position that you need to throw the discus, is to rotate. It's called centrifugal force, and it's good. By moving the discus around your body, it can stay flat, and it'll stay in my hand until I stop. When I stop, it's going to fall out. Now, that all brings us to the very real point that this, much like the shot put, has a power position. The power position, once again, right foot in front of the left foot, at least. Now we use this handy line here down the middle of the discus ring to show you the example that my left foot is behind the line, my right foot is in front of the line. This power position allows the hips to rotate and open up fully to the vector of which you're throwing. Now the vector would be the lines that go out in front of you that you have to hit inside of with the discus or the shot put in order to have a measured throw. Other than that, it's going to be a scratch. Same thing with the shot put. The edge of the ring can be kicked, but as soon as you touch the top of the ring, and it is a foul. This is a discus ring. It's slightly larger than the shot put ring. We discussed that the other day. Now, this ring, if you're throwing discus, will not have this. Will not have a toe board. All right. So once again, the body can rotate up and around and over the outside of the ring, but you cannot touch outside of the ring. And just like the shot put, once again, you must enter and exit through the back of the ring. Okay, so if you had an imaginary half line through the middle of the ring, you need to walk in under control, you need to be able to make your throw, and you need to be able to walk out of the back of the ring. These are all simple hints so that when you do get to a track meet or a real competition, you don't look like a fool. Simple rules. I've seen a lot of guys who are really good throwers. You know, they get excited, they make a good throw, and then they walk out of the front of the ring, and the judge is going to call a scratch. That means you do not get a measurement. It is not a good throw. All right, power position. Power position, once again, heel, left foot, right foot, completely split so that we can rotate. The weight is going to definitely stay on the toes, right toe predominantly, be able to pick the left toe up. And the difference between discus and shot put is going to be right here at your hips. In the shot put, we actually bend at the hips so that we can elongate that pull. Now with the discus, you cannot bend at the hips to elongate the pull. The reason being is that the discus and the throw is going to be derived from momentum coming forward, in other words speed, coming forward through the ring into the power position, and the rotation is going to be the axis through your body. If you start bending your axis out of position other than straight up, for which the discus can rotate around, then you're going to end up losing balance. Loss of balance is a loss of distance, no matter which way you look at it. Okay. to throw from the power position. Some of you 7th graders will probably only throw from the power position at the beginning of the season, maybe even halfway through the season. Because until you can get the power position under control and throw well from here, there's no point in adding the more difficult portion of the throw into it. The more difficult portion would be the spin that you have to do to keep the discus in the right position. Now right now I'm actually just gripping it. This is not correct, but I'm just gripping it so we can talk. To bring the spin with the momentum across the ring into the power position while maintaining balance and line of symmetry. All right, the line of symmetry would be this line right down the middle of the ring. All right, my body needs to maintain the same line as this line so that all of my force can be pulled long through the discus. Okay, power position throw. You want to turn the discus upside down when you're here at the front of the ring, because I'm not spinning, so I have to turn it upside down in order for it to stay in my hand. Now, when you rotate back, okay, you want to rotate back, the discus can be upside down. But now, once I begin to throw, I have to turn my hand over, and the discus is going to come off of the first finger. It's going to come out of the hand forward, off that first finger. All of your force is applied to the back of the discus and it comes out forward. One of the easiest things to do to learn this technique is to roll the discus. It rolls out of the forward finger. Now, there are going to be a lot of y'all that, for whatever reason, throw the discus out of the back of the hand. Now, this does not work well at all. Okay, it's a complete loss of power. Okay, you might get a little bit of momentum into it, but then the last bit of force is going to be applied across the front of the disc, basically slowing it and allowing the discus to come out of the back of the hand. Completely incorrect, don't do it. Sorry I even mentioned it. Hopefully you won't be one of those people. Don't be that guy. Okay, from the power position, standing up forward, looking out the front of the ring. I'm gonna rotate back, not bending at the hips like the shot put, have to stay somewhat upright. Now the line of symmetry basically goes through my chin, through my chest, then it comes out underneath my chest, and then back in through the thigh, down through the calf, to the toes. The toes and the chin should basically be right above each other. Okay? So here, you have to rotate as far back and away, just like the shot put, as far back and away as you can get from the front of the ring, and then apply the same force. Toes, knees, hips, chest, arm, and that's it. Let's see. See if I can even throw this thing anymore. I'll try to do it correctly. Not bad. I'm in the 115 range. Not bad for an old guy.